Fellas, in this video, I want to talk about why you give up when the momentum dies. A lot of us men, we give up way too soon when we start trying to like go to the gym. If we're trying to quit drinking, we're trying to quit smoking, trying to start a business, we're trying to do something new. We're trying to switch it up in our life and create something new for ourselves, right? But you ever notice that you'll get going, you'll get started, and then like 3 weeks later, you just fall off? It's almost like that excitement, that desire to want to do something different. It just falls off, man. And you may notice this pattern happening in your life. I notice this every year, every time January comes around. You start to see all the people in the gym. Everybody's motivated. Everybody's riding this wave of change. But let a month go by, you'll start to see who's still chasing that change, who is still about it. And what I've learned is that that momentum is very powerful. That momentum carries you to a certain point. Okay, that excitement, that newness to try something different. It's like a wave of energy that you can ride for a little bit. It will drop your ass off eventually. But this is what I want you to start noticing. I want you to start noticing the pattern of this whenever you're trying to do something new. It's super hot and it's super exciting and super energetic when you're first getting it going. And eventually it just tapers off, right? So, what I want you to understand and what I want you to not do is to not use that momentum as a crutch. That's what starts to happen to us. I'm going to use this new year for an example, all right? When the new year hits, everybody has this wave of momentum. Everybody's excited to get in the gym, new year, new me. And then it gets to a point where that momentum just starts to kind of dissipate. It starts to subside. It starts to go away, right? And then you're kind of just left there like, what do I do now? I don't even feel motivated to even go to the gym. And it's almost like you can't sustain the momentum on your own. That's where a lot of us start to fall off. Is that you don't know how to keep it going. You don't have enough drive. You haven't developed enough drive. You haven't worked the muscle enough to stand on your own and not need to ride the wave of momentum. A lot of people, they get on these trends, especially with this New Year shit. They get on these trends like, oh yeah, it's January, so that means I'm supposed to do this. When you start taking this seriously, and what I mean by taking it seriously, I mean when you start taking yourself seriously, when you start getting in the gym, when you start really trying to sharpen your mindset, when you start trying to improve your career, your relationship, all these things that us men want to improve, right? When you start really working on these things, you start to understand how important it is to be able to like stand on your own. You can watch all the motivational videos that you want to watch, right? You can spend all the time doing that. But what happens is that motivation is going to go away. Like I said, it's gonna get you going a little bit in the beginning, but it's going to subside. So you want to put yourself in a position where you know that that's going to subside. I know this momentum is going to taper off here in a few weeks. So what can I do to set myself up so that I can keep going, so that I can make this a lifestyle change, so that I can start to build the muscle of continuation, build the muscle of sustaining and maintaining something and not giving up just because I don't have that wave of momentum behind me anymore. That wave of momentum goes away in anything you do. It will subside. And it's on you to be able to develop a level of responsibility within yourself, develop a level of discipline and go-getterness. It's more than just doing it because it's the month of January. You got to get deeper and you got to realize I'm doing this because I want a lifestyle change, because I value my health. I value my mental. I value how I show up in the world. And in order for me to continue to cultivate that, I have to learn how to motivate myself. I have to learn how to generate momentum on my own. And it's not easy to do. I don't mean to just speak about this like it's easy, but I know that when that momentum subsides and you don't have that thing pushing you, you feel less than. You feel like you failed. You feel like, damn it, this always happens to me. I always fall off. I'm always so excited in the beginning. And then I'm a month and a half, and now I'm going to the gym maybe once a week, maybe twice. Damn, does it mean that I didn't really want it that bad? What's going on? Why does this keep happening? I just want you to understand what is happening. You're becoming dependent on that momentum. And what I want you to do is to start to just notice. Just notice the patterns that you keep getting yourself into. And let me touch back on that point that I just said. When that momentum stops, how you feel like a failure, you feel like you're letting yourself down. And it's because you don't have that crutch anymore. It's because you don't have that thing to bolster you up to keep you going in the gym. And just know that that's normal. That happens to a lot of us. But those of us who hit a wall, man, who can hit rock bottom at times, who get to those points in life where you're like, something has got to give, something has got to change, and something has got to change within me. When you get to that point, bro, that's like motivation, bro. That's like momentum that you need. And I'm not trying to say, hey, I want you to hit rock bottom so you can experience this. No, man, but you got to understand that you don't want to hit rock bottom. Some of us are going to hit rock bottom. Some of us are going to run into a wall, and that's what's going to be the catalyst for our change. And some of us can watch a video like this and be like, damn, I hear what he's talking about. I recognize when that momentum slides, but I got to keep going. I got to work the muscle. And I don't mean literally working the muscle in the gym. I'm talking about working the muscle of sustainability, working the muscle of maintaining a lifestyle. And it's not easy. This is why most people don't do it. This is why most people backslide, okay? Because if it was easy, everybody be doing it. But you're different. You're rare. You're somebody who is about change, who is about growth, who is about evolving as a man. But you may keep tripping yourself up when you don't have that wave of momentum pushing you, okay? And it starts in your mind, bro, how you can push yourself. You're going to start looking in the mirror and you're going to start looking at yourself. I'm using like working out as an example. When I say looking in the mirror, you start looking at yourself, you start seeing how your body's changing, and that's going to start motivating you. That's going to start boosting your confidence. Another example, say you quit drinking or something like that, or you're trying to quit drinking. You're trying to eliminate something that is not productive for you, that is not serving you. You may start off first week or two like, damn, I'm doing okay. And that shit might be hard too. I quit drinking too, man. I drank for 18 years and I haven't drank in 7.5 years, but I remember how challenging that was. The first couple of weeks, you're like, damn, you be wanting to backslide. But what you're doing is you're working the muscle, bro. You're working the muscle of picking up a new skill or doing something different, doing it in a different way. And that takes time, man. So it's important to have grace with yourself too, and to give yourself time to adjust to something new. Be mindful of becoming dependent on the trend, or becoming dependent on, well, it's January and this is what we're all supposed to be doing, right? Yep, new me, new year, new me. No, bro, like when I work out all year. And this is not to boost myself up, but this is just to tell you it's about adopting a different lifestyle, adopting a different identity for yourself when you're ready to make that change. But I really wanted to highlight the importance of recognizing when that momentum slides, because when that momentum slides, it's almost like you identify with the momentum. Like, yes, I'm excited. And when it starts to taper off, your identity kind of goes with it. The new identity you're trying to build. You're trying to get in the gym, you're trying to work out, you're trying to become this new version of yourself. When the momentum slides, those efforts to become that new version, they start to slide too. So I just want to put awareness on that for you. I want you to understand what exactly is happening, why you tend to backslide on things all the time. If this video provided you with any value, please smash that like button. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you know when I make more videos just like this. If this is resonating with you, this message, why you lose momentum, why motivation doesn't stick for you, and you want to understand this mindset and how to kind of conquer this, how to stop falling into these same patterns, how to keep the momentum going without the need of a trend or the need of the new year, and how to build it within yourself so that you can sustain this forever, then book a call with me, all right? And make sure you check out my video on how nothing changes in 2026 until you understand these 4 things about your mindset so that you can keep going and keep maintaining, all right? So I'll see you on the next video. Peace.